Wait, Mildred, we're going.
I'm going to the market and love some ground produce to cook today.
So we went at 9 o'clock Saturday morning with the Diabetes 15-minute radio show starting on VOB. The top of you going to the market? And it's the first show for the year too.
You are, I got things to do. You don't cook. But what happened in today's show though?
In today's show,
don't be absent-minded about your medication. This is not the time to be absent-minded about your medication.
Dr. Diane Bradford talks about the importance of taking your medication on time and other things too.
I should try and listen to that for true, cause it's mistaken my medication sometimes.
So when it comes to detoxes or cleanses, this is a bit of a blanket statement.
Victoria Cost talks about people who like to eat down the house for Christmas and they feel they can go and buy a detox and get the body back right.
Yeah, I was planning to buy a detox when I going down today, and I think I really gotta stop and listen to this show for true. And who's sponsoring it again?
It's with the compliments of the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, the Barbados Diabetic Screening Program, and the bank that to make sure that you achieve all your financial dreams in 2026. Republic Bank.
Dream a dream and watch it become a reality. You can do anything. Pull up a chair, come sit and come share with Republic Bank. You can do anything. Yes, we're the one for you, making dreams come true. We're the one for you, your partner for life. We're the one for you, Republic Bank.
In 2026, for podiatry, diabetic eye screening, and vascular services, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center is your #1 choice for the best diabetic services at the best price. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic or would just like to get your numbers checked, diabetes doctors, nurses, a dietitian, and a range of health professionals are available to serve you. Just call 417-0305 for the Maria Holder Diabetes Center located in Warren St. Michael, saving your life and saving you money. But members get 10% off.
A good Saturday morning, VOBers. This is Peter Boyce here. Welcome to the first Diabetes Radio Show for 2026. Yes, thank you. I have a question for you. Have you made your New Year's resolutions yet?
I thinking about them.
Well, if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, visiting the Maria Holder Diabetes Center located in Warren St. Michael right behind Eunice Gibson Polyclinic should be very high on your list of New Year's resolutions. You might have gotten your ice cream for diabetic retinopathy last year, but it's a new year, so make sure and make that appointment early at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center to get your ice cream. You're supposed to do that every year. You also have diabetes doctors and nurses to look after you proper. You went out for Warriors Night wearing tight shoes?
That's all it means.
You might need podiatry services. Head to the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. There you can also find dietitian Victoria Cox, who will now answer the question about detoxing. Are you one of those people who like to detox?
That's all it means.
To cleanse your body of all the bad things that you eat during the Christmas period? Well, listen to what dietitian Victoria Cox has to say about detoxing.
So when it comes to detoxes or cleanses, this is a bit of a blanket statement, but I can say that they're not something that I'm typically a fan of, not something that I think typically are necessary or really have a lot of evidence or research behind. As I said, it's a blanket statement because there's lots of different types of cleanses and detoxes, but I'm thinking of things like juice cleanses or special sort of detox teas and things like that, and generally those are not things that I would recommend. You know, if somebody has concerns that they are thinking that they need some kind of cleanse or detox, it's probably something you should discuss with your doctor. Why do you feel that way in the first place? You know, if somebody is using something like a detox tea or what have you, is it really just that they're looking for something to have some kind of laxative effect? Are they having problems going to the bathroom or anything of that nature? And that's something, you know, to discuss, like I said, with your doctor. But things like juice cleanses and stuff like that, realistically for me, no, it's not something that I would recommend. You know, if it's weight loss, someone is looking for any weight loss from something that tends to be extremely temporary, just losing water weight. It's not sustainable. And as I said, there's really no evidence or research to show that anything that we would do that we might deem an at-home cleanse or detox actually helps detoxify our body. You know, we've got a liver that does that and kidneys that help with that. So really it's just about trying to eat healthily all of the time to support things like liver health, for example. And another way of looking at it is, maybe just in trying to eat healthier, you can think of it as putting less toxins in your body in the first place, avoiding alcohol and avoiding highly processed foods and eating lots of fruits and veggies and whole foods, for example. And you can therefore think of it as less of a feeling of a need to detox or cleanse in the first place. Something else to be mindful of as well with some forms of cleanses and detoxes is perhaps it, can pose a risk if you're on certain medications. So certainly in terms of some, specific types of herbal remedies and things like that could potentially interact with your medication, and also going on some kind of cleanse, if it's some kind of very low calorie liquid cleanse, could pose a risk. For example, if you're on, diabetes medication, that might come with a risk of low blood sugars, and suddenly you completely cut out all the things that you normally eat and just stick to some form of, juice, liquid, what have you. You don't want to accidentally put yourself into a state of dangerously low blood sugars.
Thank you, Victoria, for all of that information on detoxing. Remember, you listening to VOB can call and make an appointment with Victoria and get a personalized meal plan to keep you on the healthy path for 2026. And our path now leads us to Dr. Diane Bradford, who will now speak on a variety of issues to get you on the right track, starting with medication. What do you have to say about medication, Dr. D?
Don't be absent-minded about your medication. This is not the time to be absent-minded about your medication. Make sure that you take your medication as you're supposed to. Make sure you plan properly. If you have to leave the house early, make sure you've planned out your medication from the night before. If you're somebody who's using insulin, make sure you've packed up if it's an insulin pen, or if you're drawing insulin for the middle of the day, make sure you're withdrawn and you've packed it with your little cool pack to travel. This is not the time to be too random with how you do things, because it's a very hectic season, and we appreciate that. Another word about insulin, this is just a FYI, if you're using food insulin with meals and you know that your starch portions are going to be larger than normal, discuss with your doctor, if you have not already been discussed that or been advised, or whether any adjustments can be made if your portions are going to be larger than usual. However, if you're not accustomed to doing this and you haven't discussed it with your healthcare provider before and you don't know how to adjust it, I wouldn't suggest that you just go and adjust it on your own, because sometimes we find people over adjust or overcorrect, then they end up with low blood sugars. Another important tip for the season, your wonderful feet. What kind of shoes are you wearing? Are you wearing footwear that's going to protect your feet? Some people are doing more work in their houses. Are you wearing shoes in the house? Maybe you're going out to a party. Please do not wear anything that pinches your toes. If your toes have to come together to fit into a shoe, that's not the shoe for you to wear, okay? So please make sure you're taking care of your feet. Please make sure that you're wearing socks with enclosed shoes. Please make sure that you check your feet at the end of the day, because sometimes it's simple things like having a much longer day than usual in a shoe, or a shoe you're not used to, and this can actually cause rubbing, bruising, and other things like that. We don't want you to end up with any problems that are going to land you in the hospital over the holiday season, okay? So be very mindful of your feet, alright? Young ladies, if you've got complications with your feet, we do not recommend any form of spa, pedicures. Be very careful with what you do with your feet. Don't let anybody go digging up in your cuticles if you know that you don't have good nerve feeling and you have reduced blood flow going down into your foot. It's not worth the risk. And so these are some of the tips that I want to leave with you so that you survive the holiday season. And last of all, if you're not well, seek immediate medical attention. I know that sometimes when we have these seasons around, persons try to delay a bout of either not feeling well, or they may delay seeking medical attention for a foot injury because they want to get through the holiday season. But you have to remember, when you're living with diabetes, especially when you have the complications of diabetes, a delay can make a big difference in your outcome. So don't take chances with your health.
Thank you, Dr. D. Dr. Diane Bradford, reminding us not to take chances with our health. If you think you have an issue, the time is right to make that appointment with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center as we go into our Saturday song of the day, and it's a local vocal from the band Second Avenue with Philip Forrester, Nicholas Branker, and Cindy Legore. You remember Second Avenue? This is The Time Is Right. Compliments the Maria Holder Diabetes Center and Republic Bank.
There was a time when all the world was full of hate.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
this is not the time to be too random with how you do things.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
I know living with diabetes can be hard, and I wouldn't expect people to just go and just say, well, yeah, I gotta do this. It's a process. You have to take it day by day. You gotta learn how to and how not to, the good, the bad, and the don't. You gotta learn how to manage your medication, and you gotta know how to eat your correct diet. Do not stress, get good sleep, and I would advise them to get regular checkups, see your podiatrist, see your nutritionist, and see your doctor, because sometimes dealing with this, especially with your doctor, medication needs to be regulated at times. Always monitor yourself, always stay regular blood sugar testing. And I would advise every single diabetic to go to the Maria Holder Foundation. They were the ones for me, Tanya, who advised me and who took care of me. Everyone is there. Everyone you can think of. You have the nutritionists, doctors, nurses, everyone, diabetic nurses. You get everything done there, and it was able for me to get my blood sugars under control. There is no one or no place better in Barbados that you can go to than the Maria Holder Foundation.
Cutting-edge international medical services are waiting for you at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. If you are listening to VOB right now and you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, vascular screening, diabetic eye screening, dietitian consultation, and podiatry services can all be accessed by calling 417-0305. Make that call today. The last 15 minutes you heard on VOB was brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, and Republic Bank. Until next time.
Eye exams, kidney checks, foot exams, these are all part of whole person diabetes care.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done for just $100.
Dream a dream and watch it become a reality. You can do anything. Pull up a chair, come sit and come share with Republic Bank. You can do anything. Yes, we're the one for you, making dreams come true. We're the one for you, your partner for life. We're the one for you, Republic Bank.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center.